Alrighty, I have a construction update for you guys today. Things are really starting to pick up at Canada's Wonderland in terms of construction on Project 2025. So as you can see here, they started working on the caissons part of the footings, heading towards Vortex's lift hill. Now we're going to talk about the direction and path of this coaster at the end of the video, and I'm actually going to even include a lot of information that I've been holding on to that I've shared with my Patreons, but I'm going to also show it to you guys to help any other people out there, because it is so obvious what is about to happen with this coaster, and you're going to see it in our creation this Sunday. But I also have a really big announcement to make this Sunday, and I'm really excited about it, and I have a feeling you guys might be as well. So stay tuned for that. Outside of that, not much going on outside of the caissons and footings outside of the mountain. You'll see in tomorrow's update, there is a lot to cover. They are moving really quickly, but inside the mountain, you can start to see some surveying points on the support structures of the actual mountain. There's a lot of concrete cutting equipment in the mountain as well. You're going to see me talk about that in tomorrow's video. But yeah, there's a lot of equipment in there and definitely a lot of action as of today. Here is a really cool shot we were able to figure out how to get halfway down the fence looking in. iPhone 15s are amazing, by the way. But as you can see there, just a lot of equipment getting ready, a lot of prep, because, you know, they got to start cutting up that floor to access the footings that are down below. But here is the important stuff I wanted to talk about. So a lot of people are like, well, how's this coaster going to get back to the brake run / station area? Is it going to re-enter the mountain? Is it going to, go along over Vortex? Well, the answer seems to be very obvious. They've removed and cut and destroyed a lot of the Christmas lights right here in this patch of trees. We also have footings marked right up on the left side of Vortex's lift hill, and footings marked up right over on the across from Lazy Bear Lodge. And we have 157 marked up just to the right of the drop of Vortex. And we also have some support columns marked for removal on Wonder Mountain's Guardian and some support columns marked for removal on Vortex. So what that tells me is the coaster appears to be heading towards this area where we're walking right now, and it's going to hug that already congested path. Now, how they're going to do that, I have no idea, but I think you guys will get a much better idea of what I'm talking about at the end of this video when I present to you my construction map so far, and it has all my information in terms of marked footings, caissons, construction border lines, which I'm able to figure out using the red and white stickers. So now that I know a lot about construction, I've actually been able to digest this construction project thoroughly, and you're going to see that translated in the recreation or the prediction, layout that you see this Sunday. As you can see at Moosehorn Falls, they filled it up with water. They also have the tubes ready to go. The power is on, as you can see there. There is lights. The conveyor belt was getting programmed, and they were definitely doing some finishing touches. So really excited about that. As you know, and you've seen in the media, there's been a lot of rain. And, well, Wonderland was definitely getting hit by the rain as well, as you see the footings, the tunnel in Yukon. But very easy fixes once they went down there and turned on the sub pump. It drained within 5 minutes, and Yukon Striker was open. So nothing concerning. But here is my construction map. Alrighty, so I put a lot of work into this and just a lot of evaluation. And this is what essentially I send off. With my thoughts, and then these American engineers that I know are able to recreate kind of like a finished product, and you're going to see that this Sunday, so I'm really excited for you guys to see that. But as you can see in the legend, read the map, and you'll be able to figure out what is going on. So those orange flags are marked footings where we know the coaster is going to go. They're not marked coaster spots, they're marked actual footings for the coaster. So those are for the coaster. I didn't put the numbers of the footing, but as you can tell, it's very obvious. If you go back to previous videos I have, and the green box is tree removals, trees marked for removal or signs of tree removal that is going to happen. And as you can tell, the coaster is pretty obviously going to go back over Vortex, would be my assumption, over those green marked trees and head back towards the station. So you can see where it'll enter the mountain, tunnel 3, it'll shoot up out. The bigger target I have marked, there is a small chance it could be the smaller target. I don't really believe it. It would be very complicated, but you never know. So if the bigger target is the shooting out location, the smaller target makes sense because then a support column will go through there. It'll then go down over top tunnel 1. I don't want to reveal too much before the prediction layout, and head towards Extreme Skyflyer. And yeah, so a lot of people I see are kind of starting to predict or think it's going to be like West Coast Racers and Icebreaker. I think you're aiming really low. So this is supposed to be Canada's Wonderland's biggest project since Yukon Striker, and they're hoping for a much bigger draw than something like Yukon Striker. So you're going to want to look at something bigger. People forget that Premier is essentially a coaster company that is the pioneer of a lot of elements that exist in a lot of manufacturers nowadays. And they have some really cool elements that they're famous for that a lot of you are leaving out of kind of your thought process of what this coaster is going to do or could do. And I just want to say, as much as, the trains might suck, the track on Premier is highly regarded. And on top of that, Premier's got some really good coaster elements out there. And there's one in particular that I really think is going to make an appearance on this coaster. And if that's the case, I think a lot of you are going to be really impressed. But you'll have to stay tuned for my prediction layout this Sunday, as well as my big announcement that's separate from that. But yes, nonetheless, I'm really excited. I think you guys should get really excited. Obviously, there's the slight chance that I could be overhyping this, but yeah, who knows? I also know that our teasing campaign is well under works, and yeah, I would expect some themed buildings to maybe perhaps make an appearance in the park sometime soon for the teasing campaign, but who knows? Have a good one, guys. Bye.